All right, so Terrence Crawford was recently on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he said he doesn't think Mike Tyson is gonna touch Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people think that the last performance from Mike Tyson was a real performance. They think that Mike Tyson really was holding back punches and he just forgot how to fight. A lot of people are questioning if Mike is broke. And, they talk about Mike like this is 1996 or 1998 or 2002 or, this is 2026. Every time you see Mike Tyson, he's with his wife, the same woman. He looks stable. I heard, and not from the grapevine, but I just remember hearing either him say it or somebody who I feel like knew what they was talking about. I think it was him, but saying something to the effect that he lost all his money and then he's made it all back. And I recently saw some uh, business that he started. I think it was a dispensary in Africa or something like that. So, from my understanding, Mike Tyson is doing good. He's doing well for himself. He's not in need of money. He's doing things to keep money in his pocket and stay active. But the Jake Paul fight was a spectacle. I mean, the nigga came out in draws. He was he talked around with his ass showing. Like he's clearly an entertainer. He was in the Hangover movies. Mike Tyson has been on WWE. The Jake Paul, if he got 20 million for that, I don't think it's because he needed it. I mean, who doesn't need 20 million? But at the same time, I don't think he was doing it for the money, just the money. I think Mike Tyson is a businessman. I think Mike Tyson is stable. I don't think, he doesn't seem reckless. He smokes weed. That's it. It doesn't look like he's high on cocaine. It doesn't look like he drinks. He's not, he doesn't seem drunk. He doesn't seem like he's high. He doesn't go on these rants. Now, he does give introspective, deep type of answers, but he seems like he's in his right mind. He doesn't seem like he's crazy. He might, when he told the little girl, "Once you're dead, you're dead." And it was, it was real direct and it wasn't soft. When you're speaking to a little girl, you would expect to be soft in your tone or in your description, but it was real uh, direct to the point and his truth of how he feels about what she asked him. So me just looking at that, I don't look at Mike Tyson like he's starving. I look at Mike Tyson with the proudness of saying, "Hey man, that man is stable. He looks like he's stable." He had a podcast. I haven't seen any episodes lately, but he had a podcast that was doing cool. It was getting good numbers, and he didn't never seem. He just seemed like he smoked weed and he's older. You know what I mean? And he's not doing nothing crazy. So the Jake Paul fight, I looked at like a spectacle. I mean, Jake Paul is a cancer to the sport. He made a mockery of the sport, so I'm glad he's done with it. But I do respect the entrepreneurial side of the hustle. So that is one thing I do respect about Jake Paul is the entrepreneurial side that he took something and, you know, flipped it and made some money. So the Mike Tyson fight to me was complete bullshit. It was fake. It wasn't real. We got set up. But that wasn't really Mike Tyson fighting. Uh, Even Anthony Joshua, when Anthony Joshua fought Jake Paul, to me, he was kind of coasting with Jake Paul to about the seventh round or whenever he knocked him out. He wasn't, he wasn't really fighting him. He could have knocked his ass out in the first round. And, we read the play. I read the play. That's the play I read. That it wasn't real. It wasn't a real fight. It was a show. It was WWE. It was just Jake Paul's version of WWE in the context of boxing. Now, the last fight that I can remember Mike Tyson being serious in, that I can just remember offhand, was the Roy Jones fight. Now, it didn't look too good, but I tell you what I do remember. I remember Roy Jones' face and his body language after he fought Mike Tyson. That nigga was hurt. That nigga had just went through some shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember him talking about, they asked him, "You want to run it back?" He said, "I gotta talk to my family." Nigga was saying, like, I got to really think about this because, Mike, dealing with Mike was a lot. I remember Mike, he says, Roy Jones said something like, I was in there with him or something, and then Mike said, "You took it." Like, yeah, you took that pain, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that, kudos to you, but nigga, Roy Jones was looking like, man, that was not it. Like, I don't know if I'm running that the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? And that was Mike Tyson taking an exhibition serious. That wasn't even a real a fight as well. That was an exhibition. But they both were taking it serious. So we're going into Mike Tyson fighting Floyd Mayweather. Supposedly, I haven't heard Mike Tyson say he was fighting for Floyd Mayweather. I haven't heard Floyd Mayweather say he's fighting Mike Tyson. But I have, of course, like everyone else, seen the promotion behind it. So, okay, this is something. Now, I'm like, yo, I know that they don't really fuck with each other like that. So I'm like, okay, if this is a real exhibition, and Mike Tyson has probably been in other exhibitions since the Roy Jones, but I remember the Roy Jones exhibition, and he took it serious. And if Mike Tyson is taking this serious, and there's no clause in this, like it was the Jake Paul, where he probably couldn't throw a certain amount of punches, or who the fuck knows what clause was in the Jake Paul shit. Nigga, this is gonna be a real fight, and these two niggas don't like each other. And this is Mike motherfucking Tyson, nigga. Still, I don't give a fuck if he's 60 years old. I don't give a fuck about the last performance. That last performance was fake. This is a real performance. This nigga's finna really churn. And I don't think Mayweather has ever faced anybody with this much power and been in a ring with anybody with the size and the strength of Mike Tyson, even at this age and at his age. And you know that shoulder roll and the defense, all that shit. When you facing that power, he can still fuck you up. Like, he could land on your shoulder and fuck you up. He don't gotta be connecting. He just gotta be touching you, nigga, with that power, nigga. And that's gonna, that to me, I just feel like that's a different type of power than Floyd Mayweather has experienced. And Floyd Mayweather don't look like he's coming up in size. So to what Terrence Crawford said, yeah, he might not touch him in the sense of land the cleanest shots, but that nigga gonna touch him. They gonna be in the ring. He gonna he's not just gonna miss every shot. And with some power, if Floyd, we know he's probably not gonna trade with him. But if Floyd try to put that defense type of shoulder roll and nigga, you just hit my shoulder, or you not really nigga, okay, okay, we gonna see how this shit play out, man. If it even is happening, because to me it's just crazy that he got two other fights. He got a fight with Mike Tyson and somebody else before he even fights Manny Pacquiao. Like, who does that? Who schedules three fights? Usually, you schedule a fight, you prepare for the person that you're about to fight, and then you go to the next one. He got two fights ahead of the one that he's promoting, as if he's gonna just cruise through these fights and he had nothing to worry about. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's been presented as real, but I haven't heard any of the participants talking about it. I mean, if it's real, you think Floyd Mayweather's just gonna ease through Mike Tyson like, it's not shit? You think Mike Tyson and Jake Paul was real? I mean, y'all really believe that? Y'all niggas really think Jake Paul was like a real boxer? Like, that nigga footwork and his whole shit was terrible. He was a fucking mockery of the sport. You know what I'm saying? I don't even believe he was really in the hospital. He might have went to the hospital. I don't even believe that shit was real when he went to the hospital after the Joshua fight. That shit's all fake. He gave that whoa, like that whoa. Nobody does whoa after you get hit. Like, nigga, if you get hit and it hurt that bad, nigga, your ass finna be stunned. You're not finna give a wrestling woo after, like, wow, that was crazy. Nigga, you acting. You having fun with the sport, which is cool because you making your money, but you're still making a mockery of the sport. And I still don't believe you. Like, I still don't believe that shit was real. I don't believe the Joshua fight was real. I don't believe you going to the hospital was real. I don't believe none of that shit, nigga. So I definitely don't believe Mike Tyson was really giving it his all when he was fighting, which tells me Floyd should, you know, Floyd shouldn't take it lightly. So yeah, man. That's all the time I'm gonna spend on this. And to the next time I got some time, I'm gonna holla at you. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your people. Peace.